and welcome back to another episode of After Hours. This is your host, Sahara. And today we have a financial literacy advocate here on the show. But before we actually introduce him, let me ask you guys something. What was your first impression, or how did you feel when you actually first entered a bank, either as a kid or as an adult? So interestingly, I actually asked a lot of my friends and also people that I've just met, na how do they feel when entering a bank? I've gotten mixed reactions. Some are like they're okay with it, and some are like medyo intimidating or basically takot sila pumasok sa bank. Which is, it was very interesting for me. And I think there are a lot of things to discuss about it. Like how banks are perceived by people. That's why we have Sir Yul from
Hi.
Security Bank
Hello.
here on the show. Para I know we get to see it from the other side of the table. Kasi us, we are usually the ones transacting with them. Now, how is it from the teller or the bank people's perspective? Like, how is it? I mean, they're just people basically like us, pero we get to hear stories from the bank tellers or the bank people themselves. So, welcome to After Hours, Sir Yul.
Thank you.
Kamusta ka naman?
Thank you for inviting me, Mama Sahara. Thank you. Well, my experience is way back then is my father brings me to the bank, and then that's why I was able to be exposed be inside the bank. So and then he is a guy who is known to everybody, to the teller, to the branch manager, and everybody. So I'm kind of second person to him. They know him, and that's Yuli. They know me, so that's why I have a home feeling with inside in a bank. That's why when I was growing up, I was really get used to it to inside the bank. But I'm not privy to the transactions. My dad just brings me there. So ako doon lang ako, and then PR with them, just say hi, something like that. So as I grew up, so I tried to work in a bank also, be in a management training with a bank kasi my titos were bankers too, so that I know them. That's why hindi ako masyado aloft with inside the bank. Or
So, it runs in the family being bankers.
Yes, yes.
Hindi ka naman gipugos na Yuli pag banker po, no?
Oh no, it's not. Hindi.
Oh, okay.
So, in fact, I was 39 years old when I entered the bank. No, it's a different story my side kasi usually when I entered the bank, it came from the rank and file and before become a manager. Parang ganon yung scenario. It's always like that. So my experience was different. 39 years old when I entered into the banking industry. So weird, and then happy feeling, but wow, at 39 I was still able to be inside to be part of the branch banking, parang ganon, no?
Wait nga, Sir Yul, how young are you?
Half century already.
Di halata, in fairness.
Thank
Di
you.
halata.
Thank
So,
you.
when I first met you, parang ano lang, siguro 45-ish. At least 5
Kala ko
years.
49-ish.
So, Sir Yul, wait lang. You entered the banking industry 39.
Yes, 39, yeah.
Do you care to, okay lang ba na we ask, what were the years prior to banking?
It came from different industries, like administrators, insurance company. I worked with Globe Telecom, the controllers side, in car dealer industry. So, but it's more of a internal audit. That's why catching up in the banking industry for me, since I have the internal audit experience, parang and banks are really into controls, no processes. So I was able to catch up sa processes or sa inside the bank kasi for controls as internal auditor, I, I can address it already. I can able to understand already kung controls in place sa banks. So yun din. So it helped me also in my exposure way back then when I was a child. So isa din yun. So Yun. Then, when I started in the banking industry, it was a sales function, sales and marketing. So, wala din masyadong operations. So, I did not pass through tailoring and new accounts. I went straight to sales officer. So, it's more on marketing. So, there's not much of the operation side. My financial literacy journey came from personal experience, because my parents usually keeps on telling me that to save my money. If it's, their principle is, if you earn 100%, just 50% to save, and use 50. But that's their advice. In actuality, I'm not doing it. So it took me a hard lesson really to teach that to learn that financial literacy. Kumbaga, I was exposed on the physical, although there was an advice from me to do this and to do that. In fact, when I was a child, so we have this the coin piggy bank. We have that alcansya, yes. So I've passed through that stage also, keeping that. And then if I want something to buy,
Bubutasin.
gamitin mo lang yan. You have to break it and then you buy a bicycle or something. So I grew up like that, no. So and then when I was earning at I was very I'm not frugal. I spent a lot. Magastos. So that was my journey. So in fact, I even got into more debts than income, no? So that's why as I grow old, financial planning came into me that I have to be frugal. I have to prioritize what my expenses are. Then the setting aside money, mga ganon. So eventually yun ko. And then here comes sa bank, we are promoting the financial literacy, being a banker.
He mentioned earlier na there was a time na you went through this phase pod
yes.
You know, or when you're young man, God, you wanna, I don't know, follow the latest trends. Gusto ka ng guwapo or guwapa ka,
Right.
ayo ka kay, you're in your prime.
Yes. Yeah.
Tapos ka ng either latest gadgets. So for us nowadays, since we have smartphones and cameras and drones, I mean, we don't really need it,
Yeah.
pero we want it. So I'm sure it's a very relatable thing for a lot of us in our age. Sa among age pa, sa atong ginaagian pa namo na. So I wanna know, Sir Yul, what was the most expensive and stupid thing you bought with your money during your younger days and now as an adult?
It's so too long already. I forgot already what stupid thing.
See, during your younger years, kasi ngayon meron na kaming smartphones.
Probably
ayan.
that time when we have jeans, the 501 Levi's was the most expensive back then.
How much was it?
Back then, siguro 19 plus pa, not 2,000 eh.
Okay.
But before, it was 1,500, 2,000, the jeans. So the allowance back then, maybe around 50 pesos, 100 pesos was the allowance. But then the jeans is 1,000, 1,500, more or less, something like that.
That's 50 for how many, for a day?
Daily or something, more or less.
Okay.
50, yeah. So I think that's one of the stupidest thing that I bought, I saved and bought, In fact, there's a contribution pa nga of my mom because I asked her, Ma'am, kulang pa ng something, 400 something, so can you... So that's why my financial literacy journey is a bit late because of me. I have other people helping me. My premise before is, anyway, I can ask for my dad, for my mom, something like that. So that's why it was not really born into me to really save back then. So if I save, sometimes I get help from them. So kumbaga, maawa sila sa akin, when they say that, oh, how much na lang yan? You want the bike? Oh, how much na lang? So ganon yung medyo na, kumbaga, if the lesson now is parang, I was not able to fully grasp the principle because they were helping me. No, di ba? But it's a different story kapag yung yung if you're on your own nga, di ba? Because I have a neighbor of mine now, they're now doctors. I see them save and then build their own bike, assemble ba? They we have the same para allowance basis lang. So they save their money, they buy one part, say for example the what you call it, the handle, and then the body they buy it.
The
So
tires,
I saw the progress of their savings until they were able to assemble the whole bike. So yun yung difference sa amin sa akin kasi I was able to get the bike whole because of the help of my parents. So but I was able to save very few lang during my birthdays. My titas give me allowance. So that's the money that I another bonus that I have. It's not really from my allowance that I save. So that's why yung late yung journey ko sa ano.
Kasi you had help basically.
Yes,
and you know, not everyone would have that experience na
agree,
they would have some sort of help.
Yeah.
Some of us would actually, we have to fend for ourselves. So
Yes,
kung, if we need something, kanang magtigom jud mo, mag-take jud siya time until the time na we get to have
Yes,
it.
yes.
Now, Sir Yul, I'm interested dun sa part na sabi mo na you experienced firsthand gatong financial difficulty that led you to your financial literacy. So,
Okay. Because I was already in college in Manila, so living alone, so I have to budget on my own money. So since when I went to college, I don't have any savings, so all of it are allowances. So I have to budget it. Sometimes if I spend a lot, I get too short doon sa week of the remittance of my father or that. So yun. So it will really, the experience will really teach you to how to budget your money, especially limited money. So ganun siya. So,
okay.
Doon.
Let's say, nahurot na imong allowance. Giunsa nimo ang
Okay.
survive.
Okay, yung mga pinagbabawal na technique lumalabas kapag you don't have the money already. And everybody can relate to that. No? So since student tayo, we can call our parents and then, Dad, we have a project, something like this. Project 1, Project 2. After Project 10 pa siguro. So it's like that. It's like that. So kapag kinapos, hindi umabot. So phone a dad, phone a friend or something for call them. Then we have this certain project or something like that. So invest the project is something like 500. Back then, that's 500 or 1,000. So double the amount para merong what we call kupit.
Or kickback.
Kickback, yes, with kickback. Since I was studying accountancy, my father is telling me debit, credit, and kupit. Kasi it's always sobra hinihingi ko, something like that. So yes, gano'n.
And where would you usually spend your money? Kaya medyo nagigipet.
Siyempre going out with friends, dating, meron din yan. Siyempre pa-impress ka, yes, you have to treat them, something like that. Isa yun. Then mga gamit. That time wala pa man mga smartphone. So it's more on food, out, going out, ganyan. Yeah. So,
and this was in the
91 to 95.
If you don't want that to be the video, okay lang.
It's okay lang sa akin.
Baka ayaw mo ma-expose yung age. Okay na naman. You look young naman, Sir Yul. I mean, in fairness naman. So, 1991?
Yeah, 1991. It was in college. First year college. Yeah.
1 year old pa ako niyan.
Sir Yul is a very experienced, So, Sir Yul, we want to get to know you as a banker. Like, how does your usual day look like? A day in a life of a banker.
Well, that's a good question, no? It's a normal day. We start our bank operations with the prayer, the morning huddle and prayer. So I've been in other industries, as I said earlier, but here in the bank, may prayer talaga. So that's good, no? Parang I like it because medyo ano siya, if medyo what do you call it?
You start
guided. You're guided. So and discipline, something like that. No? So discipline. So you have to come early para mag-morning huddle. After the prayer, then morning huddle. So, for the day yan, pinapag-usapan yan, the operations, announcements, yan siya. And then, after that, after the huddle and the opening of the bank, so I'm not in the part of the operations where we open the vault, it's the operation side, meron yan. So, may open ang vault, may mga time delay, something like that. And then the tellers prepare their things, the money. Then kami, sa sales and marketing, we start to call our clients, you know, and then whatever transactions that's in for today with the client also, we prepare all the mga documents doon sa kanila. So, but mostly sa amin, it's more on calling clients, getting in touch with clients, and then updating what their accounts or yung mga yun, mga days namin. Then, appointment setting with the client, and then part of our right now is we have this system that we have to encode. We call it CRM, or Customer Relations Management, wherein we encode all the details that we do with the client. Example, appointment setting, number one, what transpired to the appointment, we encode mo din doon so that you would know the progress of each client. No, parang ganyan siya. And we have then leads monitoring. We call it leads because it's we're in marketing and sales. We have to have a lot of leads. So we have to put it in that CRM module. So most of the day, yan yung ginagawa namin. Meeting clients, taking the tasks ng leads, of looking for leads, mga ganyan siya.
So very routinary. So every day, this is how things are.
Yes. In fact, before I came here, I came from a meeting also with a client that they are applying for a loan, something like that. So loan for the business. So yun din, part of it, we discuss with clients whatever their needs are, mga ganyan, requirements nila. Then we have also discussed part of a discussion also the payroll, disbursements of companies. So that's part of the daily tasks that we have.
So since very routinary yung lifestyle mo, sir, you as a banker, basically, as day in the life, I want to ask, like, when was the last time na high blood ka?
Every day. In fact, yesterday or early today.
Why? Kasi very routinary, di ba? Sabi niya, pasok tayo sa work, we do everything, blah, 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 blah. So, it's like parang yung day mo is normal na lang siya every day. Now, sometimes, you do get to experience or encounter certain types of people na when was the last time na high blood ka?
Actually, high blood is normal thing already. That's why I cannot define it if it's high blood or not. But if your what do you call it, instructions or whatever it's not being followed or something, then syempre somehow high blood ka. But for us in the sales and marketing in the bank, it's always the disappointments. More of the disappointments than the high blood. Kasi what I'm doing that's why medyo less yung high blood ko is because I keep it in in place lahat na muna. So dapat may discipline talaga in the first place. Kung wala, talagang karoon ako ng trouble. Kapag I have a new personnel, so he has to adapt in the branch culture, diba? Parang gano'n, or keeps on texting. So those things, mga sa tao, dun talaga pinakamahirap na makapa-high blood talaga is the handling of people, diba?
Yes.
So when they're tardy, then it boils my it triggers me pag meron mga ganon. But if I may say, mas marami ko disappointed because we present a lot sa client to the products, especially now banks, we carry the bank assurance. And it's very hard to sell bank assurance because we have to push the product.
Yes.
Not like the loans. The client who wants the loan.
Sila yung
lalapit. So, okay lang yun. We can manage that. But the hardest part is the disappointment because I tell my staff also na kainin lang natin dapat yan. We don't have to be parang lose heart, down because of that. Because yan tayo. The more rejections we have, we're closer to close the deal or close the sale or something like that. So, yan siya. More talaga kami doon sa disappointments.
But have you handled like difficult customers talaga? Yung tipong you don't know how to handle them. Kay difficult jud siya. I mean, they understand how that trade is, pero they would really parang push how they want things to happen.
Yeah.
Like, what made them hard or difficult? Like, what was the worst reason why you had to stop? Like, did they have like ridiculous requests or something, or is it the basically batasan na ba siya nung kliyente na they
It's a composition of everything. You mentioned it. Yeah. You mentioned it, the batasan of the client, isa na yun. The other thing is the charges. Sometimes they, why is this charges being charged to me? Something like that. There are also clients na kahit even in interest, 1 peso, 2 peso, or 10 peso, 100, pero comparing to their account in millions of pesos, then yun, it will become hard when you equate the money that they have and the money that they are
gaining interest.
That they're concerned about, something like that. So something like, kumbaga, if we can, in your mind, you can say, grabe naman, kaliit-liit na lang ito. Panikamut, something like that from the profile of the client. Mga ganyan din. Yeah.
Yung tipong ako na lang siguro magbayad.
Yes.
Walang
Yes. Tama ka na. Tumbak.
The reason why I asked Sir Yul yung I like your interactions with the rich people. Usually they would say na the reason why rich people are rich is because they're very privy with their finances.
Yes.
And us, tayo diba, ako lang G's, sige, ako na, pwede yan. Muna na. How different are rich people, since you have interactions with them, how are they different with their finances? And then how are regular people, let's say, I'm a regular employee, I still consider myself as a regular employee. How do you see the difference when it comes to them handling their money and their finances?
Okay. Usually the big clients that I have, they have knowledge talaga of what the flow of their money, no? So they monitor that up to the centavo. They compute everything before they place their investment, something like that. So ganun sila, no? And as to the charges, sometimes if it will bother them too much, hindi na lang pabayaan nila. But we cannot come again and talk to them or get another deal with them. Usually ganun sila. Minsan yung manluod, hindi na lang, they will not do transactions anymore. Ay, hindi na, ayoko na yan, something like that. Pag may mga ganun clients. But sometimes they want to insist na, you said this one, ganun na siya. They value the words that you say. Example, here's the interest. Then you said, here's what I will get. Tapos biglang may difference. May mga ganun. Particular sila dyan. But sometimes, some big clients, they insist on getting it. But sometimes they don't. But yun na nga, mayroong consequence that they will not really transact with you anymore.
Like, they will pull out their business, basically.
Yes, up to that point, makasabi sila ng gano'n.
Okay. Yes or no, Sir Yul? Are rich people kuripot or not?
My term is different. It's not really kuripot, but sige. They are, I would say that their financial the knowledge or literacy is really something in different level.
Strict jud sila.
Yes,
you would say. Like up to the cents nga, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Now for regular employees, ayan. Does anyone track their, yung mga ginagasto nila? I mean, nowadays it's easier because there's apps on phones.
Mine. When there's a bonus, when there's a big amount comes in, yun. Sometimes I jot down to track where it goes. But on a pay slip, on a 15-30 basis, not anymore. Because kasi nakabudget na siya eh. Meron na akong blackboard doon. Then I put it here this amount goes to the rent, here this amount goes to. So that's the record already. Kasi kumbaga, the month 15 and 13 budgeted na actually yan siya. So pag mayroong bonus or other funds comes in, doon na lang kung minsan gumagawa. Down, yeah.
So basically, ito yung first first lesson from Sir Yul, na you have to track what's coming in and coming out.
Yes.
Because if you don't know where your money is going, sometimes 1,000 pesos, once na mabaryahan na yan, wala na tuloy-tuloy na. And
wala na.
sometimes 1,000 tapos you see it as, it's coins na, it's tigo 100 or something. The next thing you know, wala na.
Ubos na.
It's the last 200 pesos. So basically, our first lesson from Sir Ulysses is to track everything.
Yes. That's right.
Kasi nga the rich people, they track everything. They're very privy with money, especially up to the last cent. Okay, well, going back to your usual your 9 to 5, Sir Yul, like what is an interesting information that people would be shocked to know about being a bank manager? Kasi usually, ayun na nga, like, the managers. Pag sabi mo bank manager, parang, wow, kaayo yan. And then, people will be imagining na you handle lots of money, tapos, basically, yun nga, wow, na parang intimidating siya in a way. So, what is one, a fact that people would be shocked na bank managers are or do?
Well, like I compare it from previous bank managers and bank managers now. Back then, when you say bank managers, you can picture them out reading newspapers and then putting their feet on the table, no?
Utos-utos lang.
Yes, utos-utos lang. That's the impression I think up to now,
Yes,
no?
yes.
So they have the command, something like that. They have the prestige, no? They
Timpla mo ang kape.
timpla mo kape. Then they go out and then play golf with the rich businessmen, mga ganyan, no? But nowadays, it's really different. True siya kasi nowadays, with so many banks and branches in one city, so most branch managers really have to go out. Yes, yun siya. Now, it's not really anymore that you have to sit in your branch and then wait for the client to come. So now, it's different. You have to go out and then look for your clients, no? And sometimes it's getting tough because even your own company branch, another branch of the same company, is eyeing also on the same account that you were eyeing, something like that. So nandun na yung challenge. So that's the impression na the people don't see na sa amin. Usually, misa nga in other banks, not in our bank, in other banks, even the branch managers gets heated arguments or fight, something like that. Not the physical fight or something like an argument or verbal disagreements because of this certain client. Kinuha mo yung client ko. Client ko yan, something like that. So, those are mga things na hindi nakikita.
Yes.
Yan, sa amin.
It is usually a misconception na yun na nga na ang bank manager, they have their own room. Tapos basically naka-suit and tie.
Yes.
And that's how it is depicted in the movies din kasi, di ba? Na parang they're so high and mighty. But then again, Sir Yul, I've seen it with my own eyes na he goes to certain places. Again, here with our team at Goodfellas, the last seminar you did here, which is financial literacy, which is, I really appreciate that. Kaya I think I didn't have it when I was younger. So I made a lot of stupid mistakes. Do not ask asa ko gigasto akong kwarta, pero daghan jud ko nagasto before sa akong kwarta na questionable. Pero most questionable way that I spent my money. So regular employee, but I was a broke sugar mommy. So na ako'y boyfriend.
Lucky for that guy, ha? Lucky for that guy.
Oo nga. What I did is because,
So blind item din yun?
Blind item din yan, pero so I had this specific boyfriend back then. So he was into music. So gusto ng gitara. Binilhan natin ng gitara. Tapos nagbago yung hilig. Gusto maging bass player. Binilhan natin ng bass. Sunod na the next year, gaming was people were starting to get into gaming. And he wanted to play games on his phone as well.
Yes.
So, binilan natin ng tablet.
Wow. Lucky for him.
So, yun. So, I was a regular employee. But then again, if I was smart about my money, I wouldn't have done it. Kasi I was also struggling by myself. But, we do stupid things for love.
Yeah.
But, there's another story. Again, I am stupid when it comes to love. Naay namatay sa ilaha. Which is, of course, we would sympathize. Hindi nila makuha yung body sa morgue. And he asked me for money. This is a different guy, ha? The stupid thing about it is kachat ko lang to.
Oo.
I haven't seen him.
Oo.
Humingi ng 10K. Sinundan ko ng 10K.
Wow.
Pantubos ng katawan. Oo. Pero of course, syempre, during that time, I was like...
It's a noble cost naman yun sa'yo to help him out. Pero I never met him.
Never met him. Because this was during the time na, you chat with people on social
yes,
media.
Yes. But you were not able to confirm na talagang may tao sa morgue, baka.
I mean, he did send me pictures of burol weight ko.
Yes,
so I was assuming na baka sige na lang, benefit of the doubt.
Yes,
so ayun, nagtumubos ako ng katawan na hindi ko mag- So ayun. So
So speaking of handling our money well.
But now as an adult, I would never do it. Like hindi na ako, I won't date guys who are hindi na ako broke sugar mommy.
Baka naman yung kachat mo looks like Piolo Pascual siguro. That's why you gave him 10,000.
Okay lang, hindi mo siya kapugian. Pero yeah, I was young and basically very impressionable. So again, we do stupid things for the people we love. We love during that time. There is a progress naman when it comes to, people knowing that they should at least set up a bank account for themselves, have savings. Pero I've met certain people na, let's just say 20 plus. I mean, in a way, they're adults, considered as adults, right? Na wala pa silang bank account. They still believe in the traditional way of keeping their own money. Kasi nga, ayun, there might be misconceptions about banks na, hindi, sige, I'll just keep my money. Kanang, they have, let's just say, not good experiences with banks or something like that.
Yes, we have that kind of clients too, no? Some were able to be swayed by the news of the scams, something like that, no? So they don't want to put their money in the bank because of what they heard in the news na they got scammed. So actually, there's more benefits in banking than those news, no? So first, banking, if you open an account, start banking relationship, you get exposed to the banking facilities like loans, credit cards, and financial advices, something like that, and bank assurance, everything, in the financial world. You'll be able to be exposed to that, and then by the time come, whenever you have big amount of money, we have financial advisor from the bank you can talk to them and give you advice on what are the products. So you have the avenue already. That's why we recommend that you put it in the bank account. So when most of the businessmen now, or most people right now, are very intelligent in handling money, they want to invest it. So it's a good thing also. But yet you still have to have a bank relationship if you want to go into business. Because most of the mga clients now, they want their money to be invested. So there meron ngang scheme nga na don't put it in the bank because of the low interest that the banks are offering right now. Not like before, may double your money pa before. So nowadays, since it's more of a very little interest already lang. So that's why hindi na talaga enticing yung putting it in the bank. So if you have an investment, if you have an opportunity to invest, pero pag wala, better keep it na lang muna sa bank. And it will be safer than when it's in the bank because it's 1 million insured by PDIC if something happens to the bank. So compared to putting it in your house, and if it get burned something or get stolen, wala talaga kang insurance, no? So it's more advantageous if you keep it in your bank account.
I mean, we've had stories here in the Philippines na I think in a different province. So what they did is the lolo was keeping money sa ilalom sa katre, the bed. And then they put it in a wooden box. And then wooden boxes, syempre, anay.
Yes, correct.
So what happened is the lolo was saving it for his grandchildren. And then when the lolo passed, I believe, when they found the box, wala na halos yung pera, naubos na ng ani. So which is, I mean, it might be like an isolated case.
But that's a classic example of you should be keeping your money sa bank ka talaga.
Oo.
Yes. So, kasi doon, wala na siyang habol sa anay ko, something like, so it's really lost money. So compare it to a bank, really, it's protected. Yeah.
There's even another story. Siyempre, I had to do my research. Kay si Sir Yul ba yan eh. So I had to do my research. There was also another instance here in the Philippines. Same thing. It's usually the lolo and lolas. I mean, the intention is nice na they want to save up for their future, their grandchildren, and all that. Pero what happened is, I want to ask your opinion about this. So, I think 500 pesos na they kept it. Pero what happened is, since it has been decades of keeping it there, pag nakuha na nila yung money, those are expired bills.
Yes. Demonetized.
Demonetized.
Yeah,
so if you can imagine the old 500, the old money. So siguro during their time, it was meant a lot, or it costed a lot.
Yes.
Tama ba? Like dako iyang value. Tapos years or decades after, wala nang value ilang money kasi basically it's not being accepted.
Yes. Yeah.
And people are saying papalitan sa bank. Now, from a banker's perspective, like, is it still acceptable or ano na siya?
Actually, there's BSP has a years of announcement before they will demonetize the money, the bills or whatever. So we say when they cut it off, the cut off time, it's really, you really cannot exchange the money. It's no more value because of the enough time frame that the PSP has given. Usually they extend pa nga eh. The latest, I think 2017, 2018 currency, we changed the design, something like that, no. So yun, no. They were able, they give 2 years, I think, the notification, and then extended another year to, and then they have the announcements in all media. They announce it, and through banks also. So you cannot exchange it anymore when they demonetize it. Yeah. So before you have to watch also the announcement, no, for this will be a public information, no. Be mindful of the announcements of the banks. When you have money, you keep money in your house or in your baul or something. Yeah.
But then again, it boils down to financial literacy pa rin, Sir Yul. It's one of those things na you don't really get to notice it. Pero kanang, when it happens to you na, ayun na nga, they thought na keeping the money will keep it safe, okay na, nasa balay, walay laing makaano. But then again, when certain things happen, na mag-expire na yung bills, it gets demonetized, parang, it's their loss pa rin.
Yeah.
So, that's why, and it's in a barrio din kasi, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's why, when Sir Yul mentioned na he goes to the field, when you go, parang nag-fielding ka, you go to certain places to tell them about, basically financial literacy and all that. It's part of it. And I think, I think the news came out a few years back, meaning it still happens.
It's more of a cultural kasi when you go to the rural areas, so because for them, it's too tedious to go to the city and then get their IDs and then open an account. Those are the challenges for them. Kaya gusto nila doon na lang. Something like that. So, but nowadays, with the campaign of the PSP to financial inclusion, so meron na mga e-wallets that we recommend also. And then they have the bank, BSP also is also promoting that one, digital wallet. So those in the barrios or in the rural areas, they get to get a GCash account or PayMaya account or what have you, mga ngayon, mga digital wallet. So pwede na nila convert cash to those.